1031 Part 2. Previously, we've done we did the first part, like season 1 or something like that. Join horror host Malvolia, the Queen of Screams, as she celebrates this year's Halloween Monster Marathon with 5 new tales of terror and the macabre. This Halloween horror anthology from independent horror's best and bloodiest directors is a grab bag of treats you are sure to enjoy. Written and directed by like 8 people. So you go ahead and check that out on imdb.com because it's a lot. So Malvolia, they did it again. They didn't use her like
I mean, it was good to see her. It was good to see her back. She popped up. She felt, it felt comfortable. It felt good to see her. I only made it through the first segment of this movie, but I cannot believe they didn't take our advice.
What did we say? Put her in the segments.
Told them what to do.
Put her in between the segments.
Yes,
or not have her at all. Right, like
I wouldn't go that far.
It doesn't make sense.
Put her in a damn.
It was like a waste. It was a waste of her being.
And she's good. I think she's good at it.
If you do that with
character killing someone, that would have been great.
Oh well, she has plenty of good stuff on her YouTube channel. That she does a little Halloween. She has a Halloween special she does every year, but
she should have been used in between segments.
She's good. She's good at it.
But there's several things about this that makes. Am I the only one aside from Jason that's seen the first one?
I
never saw the first one.
I recommend the first one.
Yeah, if you like this at all, the first
I enjoyed it.
But it's got her, and then Rocky Gray also does the music. Who Rocky Gray was in Evanescence, so like I was always kind of ragging on on that shit. But he also is in what other, I wrote it down: Living Sacrifice and Solace Deus, which are some pretty crazy. He plays guitar in and I mean the music in this is great. But you saw the first segment, Jason.
Yep.
A Sam Hain. Is it Sam Hain or Sam Wayne? Because
a Sam Hain litter. It says I wrote a Sam Hain liturgy.
Yeah, but people always say it different ways. Like I used to say Sam Hain.
It's pronounced Samhain.
I used to say Sam Hain because it's spelled that way. And then
that's the Celtic Samhain.
Samhain spelled differently.
I don't know. Technicalities.
Sam Hain is spelled how it sounds.
So all those times I was trying those spells, I was pronouncing it wrong. Now I'm going to try it again and pronounce it right and see what happens.
But yeah, like I was saying, Rocky Gray, there's some metal in this that is fucking great. Like yeah, but there's this funny black metal joke that I've actually had this argument before with people because she says, why does it sound like it was recorded in a bathroom? And anybody who's ever listened to like old black metal, like real early stuff, it sounds like that. And a lot of those people that are like hardcore black metal people are like, I would never listen to Cradle of Filth. I only listen to whatever this thing is that sounds like it was recorded in a fucking toilet. Yeah, I've had that argument so many times. But pretty fucked up little story to start things off with. I inherently don't really find kids scary that much because, man, if you get killed by a kid, that's embarrassing, right? Like if a little kid kills you with a hammer, that's sad. Take the hammer away. I mean, but
kick that little fucker.
But it was pretty fucked up, a little culty kind of way to start the movie. The second segment, Deadlift, I thought had some cool Twilight Zone vibes to it. I like the way they used color and lighting in it. Basically, this is just a guy that picks up I don't even know how to describe it. A guy picks up a dead dude, right? And
I thought it was a vampire, like alien.
Oh, that's what it was, right?
It was like
an alien
being just like it was an alien
because it like he was going to kill himself anyways, and then it kind of just took him over, and then did the same thing to his girlfriend. But I mean, so far, that's 2 for 2. I liked both those segments. The next one was called Apache Hatchet Massacre 2. And it lost me a little bit. It seemed kind of slapdash. I don't really know what the story they were trying to tell was. But by the time I knew, but I was thinking, I was like, what's going on? And by the time I couldn't even finish that thought, it was over with. So really short. I fucking loved the fourth segment, Overkill, which is basically, I thought it was going to be this like cheap slasher ripoff because the dude's in a Jason mask, right? And then it ends up being several different killers outside this girl's window, like arguing about who's going to kill her. It was really fucking funny. I really liked that whole segment. The fifth segment is called Sister Mary, and it was the weakest segment for me. I just did not care about it at all. I thought it was kind of boring, but overall, this is solid. I mean, everything I've seen from Scream Team is around an 8, but I'm gonna sit with a 7 on this. It was slightly, there were some problematic things that weren't in the first one, but I don't know. John?
All right, so I hadn't seen the first one. But I got the gist of it pretty quick. Was she is underused in the first one?
Exactly the same way, just bookend, and instead of using like a horror host should be used.
That's a shame. They need to use her more. She seemed pretty cool. Yeah. I really like the music for that mock trailer they started off with. It actually, maybe it was like a shorter segment, but it was presented like a trailer. I liked how the announcer was like, "Oh, fuck it," and then they started doing other shit. Truck Squatch, I'd watch it. Give me some Truck Squatch.
What'd you guys watch this on?
It's on Tubi. It's also on Amazon.
Okay, see, I started to watch it on Amazon, and I had heard people talk about these trailers before, and I didn't see no trailers. Like, it went straight into the first segment.
Oh, really?
Sad.
With the little kid or whatever.
Oh,
so yeah, I didn't.
So you missed a good bit, like a good.
And
bit of, like,
I've
fun
heard
stuff.
People say that the trailers are better than the actual segments are.
Yeah,
so.
I see. That's what. Yeah, and especially the October kids. Move over, Monster Squad.
Yeah.
And the creature was pretty cool. In that, I really like the creatures. And then we get into the Sam Hain liturgy, which was just okay. I like the kid making masks out of Bible pages. I thought that was pretty cool. But I agree. Like, if you get taken down by a kid, that's not like supernatural shit. Like, kick that little fucker.
I feel the same way about dolls though too. Like even in I love Puppet Master, but I think I could beat them all.
Even Tumble?
All I need's a bat. I mean, the only one that would be problematic would be that one that shoots lasers. When they start shooting lasers and shit, that'd be a problem.
Well, also 6-shooters got those guns. You'd be like,
but he has to shoot you a lot. True. He got to shoot you a lot. Them little bullets. I got a lot of chunk to get through here.
I didn't dig Deadlift as much as you did. I thought it was okay, but it just didn't resonate with me like it did with you. I liked Apache Hatchet Massacre 2. I liked it a lot. It was the right kind of silly where it was just about satire and they were acting like it was satire. I felt like that could have been just a little bit longer. That was up there with the trailers. I really liked that a lot. Overkill was funny. Like but that dude was supposed to be what, the BTS killer?
Yeah, something like that.
Jason, and then I like how he was like getting in Jason's face. That was funny.
Oh yeah,
like the nerdiest shit.
And then the clown comes. The clown guy comes. And he's like, "Come on, guy. Do you know how long it takes me to get ready?" Like,
right? Yeah. Like I was like, "All right, that's funny."
The only thing I didn't understand was at the end of it, that kid comes with the golf club. What's
funny
that?
Games.
Oh, is that
Funny
what it
games.
was? But they're not little kids. in that
No,
movie.
but it's Halloween though,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's a little like wannabe psycho.
Okay.
You
I
don't
get
see
it.
him do nothing. I don't, right? You don't see
No,
him
he
do
comes out
nothing.
of
He's
nowhere.
just like,
At first I thought he was the kid from the first segment, but I was like, nah, that kid shows up later though. Yeah.
nah, he was one of the two kids in the first segment.
Was he?
He had the white gloves and shit, and he had
Okay.
the golf club. I was like, at first I didn't understand it, and then when he joined up with them at the end, I was like, oh wait a minute, okay, because he was they did the American remake too with I can't remember the guy. I can't place where he's from, but he's like a known actor too.
Mhm.
It's not for everybody. Sister Mary, I liked it. I thought she reminded me of like a hot Mary Ellen Trainer, you know, the mom from Monster Squad and Goonies.
Okay. Yeah.
Like there was that mixed in there. It was a little confusing. I don't get me wrong, but I thought it looked cool. It looked really cool to me. So here's where I was confused. I said, so she's a nun that got pregnant and left the convent, and then she killed her lover and fed him to that. What was that thing in the basement? I don't even remember.
Dude, I don't know. It was
I know-
I thought it was confusing as shit. Like the
And then she did a self-abortion down the steps. I said, this created the thing in the basement. Awesome costume. I gave this one like a what did I give this? I forgot to write it down. It's a 5. Give it a 5.
all right, Rob.
Just okay.
I'd give this movie a solid 6. I liked the segment with the evil kid. That was cool. I thought that was just like when he was crushing the dude's head with the hammer. That was fantastic. I was loving that because I saw that coming. I was like, "This is gonna be great. He's gonna get on that. He's gonna bust that shit up." And he was like, "I was like, yeah, give it." And then on the second segment, one with the dead guy. I'm sorry, it was hard for me to stay awake during that one.
I thought that dude was hilarious. Just the way he delivered all his lines. The dead guy, whatever the actor's name was. Yeah. Anyways, Rob, continue.
And then the slasher one, of course, you know I'm gonna love that. That was fun, and that was a refreshing dose of comedy there. And of course, in the trailers, oh man, all the trailers were fucking fantastic. I loved that. I was like, you know, they should actually make movies out of those trailers. That would have been really cool. And then that final segment with the nun, that was just like, I don't know. Once again, it was just. I don't think I actually saw the ending. I think I actually did succeed in nodding off. So it's like,
yeah, I can see that. That's how interested I was in it. Anyways.
But yeah, I'll give the movie a solid 6 because the trailers worked and those 2 segments worked, and the rest wasn't bad. It was just not my particular cup of tea.
Right.
But there wasn't enough bad in there for me to call this a bad film. I enjoyed it more than I didn't, if I can say that.
Yeah, it's like a Mad magazine, you know, like
right.
not everything in it's gonna be for you, but like
exactly,
you're still gonna buy it. Or I am anyways. Shit.
Yeah, that's definitely a good movie to add to your collection.
And the first one, like I really like the first one. Like
I need to check out the first one.
I believe there's a weird roller skating rink.
It's a good roller skating. Yeah. Well, let me comment on the segment. I did see this. I missed the trailer, so that kind of upsets me. But I guess my problem is I've watched enough anthologies to know that you usually come out of the gate swinging. I mean, you usually put one of the better segments up front. Some people may turn it off right away if you start off with a shitty segment. So I get you want to lead with a strong segment. So if that was the case in this, then it doesn't seem like it was as successful or as good as the first one, because the first segment I thought, first of all, it's super low budget. and it took me a while to appreciate low budget stuff. It was around the time The Barn came out that kind of introduced me into today's low budget. But anyway, so yeah, and if they still didn't use Malvolia again, like there'd be another ding on it. Like, I don't know. I definitely I bought the first one. I liked it so much. I'm not sure what I gave it the score. It was a couple of years ago, but I'm guessing that was probably a 6 or a 7 from me. So I recommend checking out the first one. I recommend checking out a lot of the Scream team releasing. Got to know some cool indie people through them. So check those guys out.
That one Bigfoot movie. Oh gosh, it was a really cool Bigfoot movie that came out recently.
Well, he blew up. Like that company blew up. Like there was just a couple releases, and then all of a sudden he like The Barn like set them, you know, in such a good direction. Like they just started releasing everybody's like. So I don't know. They got a crap ton of movies out now.
Nice.